Rest in peace, Fernando Valenzuela, age 63. Wow. What can I say about this guy? A Yankee fan, and I was a Dodger fan back then too, because my first baseball glove back in the day was Dusty Baker. And Fernando Mania, that was during the strike year of 1981. Oh, this guy was unreal. He would pitch and his eyes would go to the sky and he dropped that screwball. And then he turned around and he could hit. And he had those games. I think he had all those consecutive shutouts. I remember it was amazing. Let me tell you how big he was. Nolan Ryan came to the Astros was 14-3 and never had pitched probably as bad as he had ever pitched. But he couldn't get the Cy Young because it was Fernando Mania. Fernando Mania was real. You know, Sometimes when you see a pop culture phenomenon, especially in a sport, you don't forget it. He was huge to the Mexican American community. He transcended to people, period. As a matter of fact, that dude who used to be the Dodgers, who used to do the count the he behind the behind home plate, the guy with the mustache and the hat. If you remember, he would do the speed count, how hard someone was throwing. Discovered Fernando. That's one of the stories, you know. Um, an incredible talent. I mean, it's just like he came out of if there was a natural for a movie, and think about this, not to the same extent in terms of hitting or whatnot, but he was a precursor to Shohei Ohtani. He was something else. I mean, Fernando Mania was something else, and he was a dominant pitcher, credible talent. Um, just one of those guys that you were in awe of. You sat there and you're like, wow, this guy, had incredible pitching. He could hit. He just really transcended. I can't even begin to tell you how dynamic he was. I've been watching baseball for a long time, and I've seen people have, what I call out of body moments, or they have moments where everybody's like hyping them, but his was something like a phenomenon. I mean, he came with the Dodgers. He was a Cy Young Award winner. He was the Rookie of the Year, and he won the World Series. I mean, who could start their career off better than that? I still remember again when he threw that no hitter with the Dodgers, and you just kept up with him, um, and you just were in awe of his talent. I mean, one of the most clutchest pitchers. I mean, obviously people will talk about Koufax and Don Drysdale and Don Sutton and uh you think about Clinton Kershaw, but Fernando Valenzuela belongs in that mix. He belongs in that mix. He was one of a kind. He was one of a kind, and it was culturally felt. It was felt that he was great. You're just like in awe. So I want to take time to say a rest in peace to him at age 63, because when we talk about LA legends and that play for the sport, he's one of the greatest LA legends to play in LA. You know, the Fernando Mania rivals, not as deep, but you think about it when Magic Johnson was big in LA at the time. Well, Fernando Mania wasn't that far off. Oh, believe me. Because that's when baseball was more popular. It may be hard for some heads to imagine that, because as great as Shohei Ohtani is, people, unless you're a baseball fan, ain't it don't carry the same weight as basketball or football. But when baseball was king, this guy was one of the guys that left an impact. And I remember watching him pitch. And he was somebody that I definitely had respect for. So I wanted to take the time to send the RIP and prayers and thoughts with his family, friends, and fans worldwide. He definitely left an impact. Okay, I'm out.